The first thing I want to do today is move these ducks out of the garage into a new home in the barn. They're growing quite a lot and they're ready to go, and they're making a sticky mess. They're playing their water. My plan is to put them in this box and then put the box in my little lawn tractor, take them up to the barn and chunk them into the one thing, if you notice, they have little teeny wings. They're like, it's like a T-Rex. If you see their wings, it's like, see that little teeny wing? It's like a T-Rex arm. They say birds are dinosaurs or vice versa. So anyway, let's see. I can't hardly do this. I could get a tripod, I guess. You know, I'm looking at some of these videos like Farm Wife, and the video's so stable. And she's doing it. It looks like she's got an iPhone on the stick. I don't know how they do that. I asked them how they do that. I know my videos are all jerky. But anyway, so here we go. Let's see if I can catch these ducks. I don't think it's going to be easy. Nobody said it would be easy. There's one. Ooh, you're wet. There's two. Oh yeah, Let's just go with your brothers. Just go with your brothers. There. Alright, they're in there. Now, let's take them up. Let's take them up to the barn. They're kind of heavy. I should weigh them. Let's weigh them. I'll tell you what, they're not very old. They might be 4 or 5 weeks old. And they were just little baby chicks when I got them. They grow fast. There you go. Get on the scale. It's not really level. Let me see here. Alright. Look at that. Holy cow. I told you they were heavy. I have to weigh this box. That's 16 pounds. So here we go up to the barn. I don't do any more manual work than I have to. I drive this thing or some tractor anytime I can. I'm kind of an old man. There's plenty of I get plenty of exercise without walking from the house to the barn. And I got a bunch of junk. I don't know if I can, I gotta drive over it. I'll have to walk the last little bit. Actually, you know what I might do is get my dolly. Where'd I put it? I just used it. Ouch. I have too much stuff laying around. There it is. So here we go. Let's get those ducks in their new home. Yeah, it's going to be nice in a manner. Well, it's bigger, and it's going to be drier, at least at first, because there's a whole bunch of hay in there. There's a whole bunch of hay in there because the goats were in there, the baby goats were in there. My other ducks are mallards. I guess maybe these are going to be white when they're full grown. I don't even know. I just grabbed them at Rural King without any real planning. Without any real. But I've only got 3 hens and 2 drakes, as they call the ducks, boy ducks. And they're not laying eggs. That is to say, the hens aren't laying eggs. Well, nobody's laying eggs. But I wouldn't expect the drakes to lay eggs. That's the first time I ever called a boy duck a drake. It is absolutely the first time. Let's see if I can get this there. And we'll just dump. We're just going to dump them. In case you're wondering, I'm going to be, oh, Larry Curly. Oh, I didn't drop them. I'm not going to drop them, but I am going to just. There they go. Now, see, they won't want to get out. They didn't want to go in. Now they don't want to go out. That's where I dump them. Just like that. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? Now they says I still want breakfast. So I got to get them breakfast. I was going to show you something else. What was it? There's those chickens. I've been taking away their food at night because the rodents eat it and stuff. They're roosting up there. These chickens need to be trained on that kind of a watering thing where they have to peck it, but I'm not sure how to do it. They've been getting water out of this, but that's the next thing I need to do with them. They'll peck me too. When they're hungry and they want their food, they'll peck me. There was something else though. What was it? What was it I was gonna do? Oh well. I could show you these goats here are like majorly pregnant. I was noticing, you see them side to side, but I was noticing they hang really low. They hang low. So I can't hardly get there from here. Which one was it? Oh, I gotta pee a little bit. So, anyway. We're expecting babies out of them, hopefully, if things go well. Speaking of the goats, and I've told you before, they like Johnson grass and ivy. And I've been thinking, I'll tell you what, they don't even like this kind of grass. They don't like it. That with the fuzzy top, they don't like it. It's clover, they don't like it. But they like this here. Now, I think this is Johnson grass. It's kind of stunted, maybe because the ground isn't good, or we haven't had enough rain. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking of baling this. It's a pure field of Johnson grass, and I'm thinking, if other people have goats, they could maybe be happy with the Johnson grass. Now, if you notice, right next door is my little tree nursery, and that Johnson grass is full size, and I've cut it back, and it just keeps going. It's just incredible. Now this grass has been watered a little bit, but there's some over there. It's kind of far away at this point. Plus this whole field was tall Johnson grass, and it's been mowed and it's never been watered. I mow it and it comes back up, and the goats just love it. So I'm thinking, well, I could maybe sell goat hay instead of trying to turn this back into a real hay field, orchard grass, which would be difficult. Maybe I could sell Johnson grass hay. if you don't want to let it get too stemmy, you don't want to let this get this big because it gets too stemmy. But when it's this size, it's got stems, but see, it's got leaves too. It's not real bad. In places, I've got a lot of this fescue too, this wide fescue. They don't want it. They don't like it. Some of it's real long. It's kind of hard to mow sometimes. Oh, I know there's some over here because it lays flat. You really have to get under it to mow it. But it doesn't hardly matter because they don't like it. See, like this. I got quite a bit of this stuff in places. They don't want it. Of course, they'd probably eat it in the winter, but. So the box is 5 pounds. So the ducks are 11 pounds. Divided by 3 is what? Basically 4 pounds. So I want to, I'm going to do 2 more things, I think, and then that'll be it for this video. So here's a bunch of this fescue grass. I'll show you, they won't want it. Now they'll probably gobble it. See, they've got some Johnson grass now, so. And they're smelling it, but see, well, he's going to take a nibble. Yeah, they don't want it. I give it to the bigger goats too. But anyway, I made a video a short time ago about I was unhappy with this thing that the guy told me how to build it. This is where I give them peas every night. So I do this and then it'll be clean. If I leave it on the ground, they'll put mud in it. So I got all upset because this didn't perform the way the guy said it would. But what I'm thinking now is, really, if I just dump it every day, and then it'll automatically refill on its own. It's kind of a slow dribble, but that's alright. And I didn't have to use that particular kind of a thing. I selected that myself, but it works. But, so anyway, so now they'll have clean water for a day. So if I just dump it every day when I feed them, then it works. And so, so I guess, if I remember correctly, the guy didn't say he had to do that. So if he'd have just said, well, you have to dump it every day, then he would have been straight up. Okay, so here's the last thing I'm going to show you. I buy these pumps. I've taken the base off, but this will pump down to 1/4 inch. So I'm pumping out this swimming pool. So they always fail the same way. Of course, everything's going to fail eventually, but they always fail. They won't start when I plug them in. So here I go. I'm going to plug it in, and it doesn't start. Now if I kick it, then it'll go. And it'll actually go either way. So I'll plug it in again and I'll kick it the other way. It'll start either direction. So you want to start it in the right direction. But my question is this: why does it fail in this way? Why does it fail in this way? That's my question. So it seems like the motor starter has failed. Possibly water got in here, I don't know. This is not, it's not 100% free, but obviously, you know, it's not, I don't know. So anyway, that's my question. If anybody knows the answer, why does it fail in that way? And is there anything I can do to either fix it or prevent it from failing in that way? One thing, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this base back on. I'll show you. Alright, so I put this base back on. So you can't see that flapper anymore. I just took it off so you could see it. This goes on But if I put this on, then I can't reach the flapper. So I'm going to plug it in. And then I need to spin it this way, because that's the way the water flows. Water flows around like this and goes out here, and then it goes up there. So now it's going. So now I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the water and pump. But, you know, I'll get this pool pumped out, and then I'll probably have to buy a new, I'll need to buy a new thing because I don't want to do this every time. And it's not good for it to run like this either, although obviously it can do it. I think it will get too hot after a while, for one thing. But because the water cools it when it's sitting in the water. So anyway, that's that.